Good day and welcome to History 1301 for the spring 2025 semester. This is Nathan Giesenschlag. I am your professor in this course. Today I'm going to cut this little brief video introducing the course and getting you ready for this 8-week session. First thing I would suggest to you to remember, if you've never taken an 8-week course, this 8-week course will go fast. Much of the course, probably 60% of it is on eCampus, maybe it's closer to 70%. When we're in person, I lecture. That's what I do. But on eCampus, not only do you have the assignments such as essays and not essays, but such as exams, quizzes, and what other things, you also are going to have videos that you'll have to watch there in the weekly content section that amount to lectures as well. This class will move fast. It's high intensity. There will be a major exam every 2 weeks, and then the final exam at the end of 8 weeks, and also another exam right there. So this course will go quickly. So just to give you a primer and a preparation for that, please be prepared to work hard and to work quickly in this course. So let's go ahead and introduce the course through the syllabus. Again, this is going to be a eCampus heavy course, even though it is blended. Yes, please make sure you're familiar with eCampus. So I'm going to go and switch over, and you should see that right now. Very good. Okay, so this is like I said, the second 8 weeks of the spring 2025 semester. And you can see here in course of United States history, you see the information as we go. So one of the first things you'll notice is a week 1 introduction. This class is going to meet in A272 in the Blinn Rellis Administration Building. That is on the second floor, room 272. And it depends on what section you have, depends on what time the class is. So make sure you just check your schedule, your class schedule, and be in 272, either at 2:50 or 4:15 in the afternoon. In addition to that, I will post weekly, if not more frequently, articles and assignments and reminders and a kind of a weekly newsletter right here in the news feed. So it is important for you to check in when you receive alerts saying that there's a new news section and news feed. So one thing you'll notice right away is that there is no class on the first day, and that is because of a medical issue, a family medical issue that I have to attend to. So anyways, keeping that up, there's also quiz 4. You can read that at your leisure, and this is the welcome sheet as we go. So one of the things that you should familiarize yourself with this course, particularly with my rendition of it, is that the major taskbar, the major icon you'll click on quite a bit is going to be the content section here, as I've got the cursor over the highlight. So highlighted. So content, let's click on that. And I'm looking at it through my view as a professor. Yours will be slightly different as a student, but you'll get the idea. In the table of contents, you'll see a syllabus, and there's a syllabus right there, and you'll click on the link. And so we're going to go through the course via the syllabus, and then I'll click through the eCampus after the syllabus. Again, my name is Nathan Giesenschlag. I have been a professor at Blinn College for better than 20 years at this point in time, and I am on the Rellis campus exclusively. So if you need to get a hold of me, come by 310S above on the 3rd floor of the Blinn Rellis Administration Building, same building that the classroom is in for the class. Please come see me. Generally speaking, this 8 weeks, my office hours is from 10 a.m. to about noon or so. However, you could also catch me at about 5:30 in the afternoon when I let my last class out, and you can catch till maybe about pushing 6 o'clock. So those are the basic hours. I try to arrive sometime after 8 o'clock, say 8:30 or so, but again, it just depends. You can also see how to contact me. This is nathan.giesenschlag@blinn.edu. It may be a little bit blurry for you. I hope not, but nathan.giesenschlag@blinn.edu. Just go through again eCampus. You can see these things. Office number is 209-7326 as we go. So that's the basic contact information, description and core curriculum statements and outcomes and so forth. That is your business, not mine. So materials. Now that gets to the next thing in this course is I will get asked from time to time, do I need to read the textbook? It's kind of a double-edged sword for me to say this. Yes, I should think you would want to read the textbook, but no, I know a lot of you will not read the textbook. That's just simply the lot in life we have. That textbook, the America Essential Learning Edition, Volume 1, that is the official textbook for the course, and it is a decent textbook. That's about all I can say about it. You can get that through and I'm going to switch back here to eCampus. You can get that through the Blend Bucks icon up here at the top. As you'll see, it says ebook access. That's where you can get a hold of your textbook at. I've already enabled it by the time you watch this video. So that is the textbook that you can read, and it's an okay textbook. Generally speaking, I put a heavier emphasis on religion and ideological and philosophical views than other professors do at Blinn. Of course, I do talk about religion, and war and government and politics and all that sort of stuff too, and a little social history, how they did things back 200 years ago and whatnot. But at the same time, it is, there's other textbooks that I would suggest you take a look at that might help you out better. The other textbook is this one right over here. Let me look for it right quick. It's called, there you go. You're going to want Volume 1 of Unto a Good Land. So Volume 1 of Unto a Good Land is a good textbook because it puts a heavier emphasis on those things that I emphasize in the course. You can get that textbook at Amazon. That's where I'd suggest you look. You can also look at half-price books in College Station. There might be some old textbooks on hand over there. I've also have it on reserve in the library there at the Blinn Rellis Library at the Texas A&M Academic Building number 2 on the first floor. So there are options for you, and there's a lot of words in that other textbook, the Unto a Good Land textbook. But if you're not really all that strong in religious history, philosophical history, some colonial history, it's a better option for you, in my opinion. But that is only if you're willing to read. So if you are willing to read and you will read, then I would suggest you get and look at your textbook. This is the double-edged sword part, is that if you are not willing to read, then I don't know that I would tell you to buy a textbook. If you know in your heart of hearts you won't read, then you're just buying a textbook to lay on the floor to hold your door open in your apartment or your house. So your opinion, you got to just make a decision on that. If you know yourself well enough that you'd actually read it, then read it. If you know yourself that you will not, then don't buy the textbook. That's your call. But if you're just going by the Essential Learning Edition, then that's fine. You probably have already got all those textbooks because of the Blend Buck system. So you can read all that right there. Let's move on to course requirements. And so in this course, there will be 4 exams during the semester, not counting the final exam. At the end of the course, I will drop the lowest exam grade. And that, whether you take them all or you don't, that's your call. But there is no makeup exams here in this course, but I will drop the lowest exam grade. So it doesn't matter whether you got sick or whether you went to Chili Fest and had too much fun and you really took a week to recover from that, or something else had happened in life, then that's worth noting as we speak. So exams are going to be every 2 weeks. They'll open on generally a Friday, and they'll close generally on a Monday night at 11:59 p.m. They are all on eCampus. The exams are all on eCampus, and they're made of true, false, multiple choice, and essay portions. So there is going to be writing in this course, but it's going to be done on the exams rather than in some sort of formal paper. So just FYI on that account. In eCampus, the review sheets and the questions and such are already posted. You can find them in the content section, the weekly content section already. So when I say weekly content, like week 1, week 2, and so forth. Let's see here. Generally speaking, I will allow myself 7 days to return an exam to you. You will get the exam back initially with the A, B, C, D portion already graded, but I have to grade the written portion on my own by hand. So that sometimes takes me a couple of days, and it depends on how I grade it and what have you, meaning which section I pick to go first. It means you may get it sooner or later. It just the luck of the draw. Anyways, so make sure you take your exams, and you do that every week on eCampus. This will be an honor lock system, so we're going to use honor lock in this course. So most of you at this point in the second 8 weeks of the spring semester are familiar with honor lock, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Just make sure everything's set up and ready to go there. The final exam in this course is cumulative. It will cover everything from start to finish, and it was worth more points. The 4 exams are worth 100 points apiece. The final exam is worth 150 points, and it will cover everything from day 1 until the end of the Civil War with the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. On the final exam, there is no written component. It is all A, B, C, D, meaning true, false, or multiple choice. Now, also, there is no review for the final exam. I don't hand those out. In addition to that, the quizzes, this is the next component of the grading scale, are the quizzes. You will have 5 quizzes during the course, 3 of which are made by me, one of which is a social responsibility essay. You might have seen it as I scrolled through in the news section at the initial opening of this introductory video. There is a social responsibility essay that you have to write, and it is a very simple affair. Follow the directions and you'll like your grade, but just follow the directions and you can turn that social responsibility essay in sooner rather than later. All right, I had to pause that for a second. So if you see a little jump in the recording of this, that's why there is. So as a reminder, you got a social responsibility essay that you got to turn in later in the course. The deadline for that is it's on the syllabus's schedule and calendar. We'll check that in a second, but it's about week 5 of the course. Anyways, 5th quiz is going to be a post-test. That is a completion grade. It's either pass, fail, so all you have to do is complete it. So make sure you do that. There's no reason to lose points. And each quiz is worth 20 points. So just make sure you get all that in for the course. In the grade enhancement, so this is where your extra credit, the main body of your extra credit comes in. For grade enhancement, you need to make lecture notes, and that should help you in preparation for these exams. These lecture notes, as made, as prepared, need to be for lectures in person or on eCampus, not or, but and in eCampus. So you need to do lecture notes and you need to turn them in weekly. You're going to turn them, let's see here, this is the grade enhancement. Let's go back to the eCampus. You're going to turn them into the Dropbox here, and I'll click on my version of it because I've got some stuff hidden from you at this point in time. That's the essay that you see here. That's where you'll turn in your social responsibility essay, quiz 4. And here are your extra credit grade enhancement lecture notes. You'll turn those in weekly. Please make sure you do that. So you'll turn a lot of your stuff in eCampus, as I said at the outset. With regard to your lecture notes, you can write them by hand and then take pictures with them and turn them into PDF files. It's a little bit of a process, but it's not horrible. Or you could type them and you save them preferably as a PDF document. They seem to play better with eCampus that way. So make sure you turn them in weekly, and I will tell you this now, and I'll say it in class again. Basically, the week 1 lecture notes would be due on Monday night at 11:59 p.m. In week 2. Week 2 lectures notes would be due on Monday of week 3 at 11:59 p.m. and so on. So make sure you just get them in by Monday night, 11:59 p.m. the following week. So just FYI on that account. So your lecture notes should have everything from the beginning of the course all the way through the end of the Civil War, and the last set will be turned in on the Monday of week 8 because week 7 will have all the content in at that point, and you'll get it in, and then I'll assign the points thereafter. If you do a credible job, you take decent notes. They don't have to be chapter and verse, but if you take good notes, you're going to get the points. It's not completely pass-fail. There is some grading on my part, but it's not. I don't grade with a heavy hand. If you just write a couple of words down for 3 hours worth of lecture, or actually it'd be more than that in an 8-week course, frankly, you're going to not get those points. So just make sure you do what you're supposed to do and get it in by the end of the course each week, and then I'll grade it at the end of the course. So this is a points system in this course, FYI, and right now you all have 0 points, and you're all trying to get to an A, of course, so you want to have 585 points for an A. So it's a 650-point course. So 585 for an A, 520 for a B, and so on. And so right now you all have 0, and you're just trying to add points, and then I'll divide by 650 at the end of the course. You can see all your grades, of course, in eCampus under the grade tab, but you should know that because that's what we all do, or pretty much everybody does at Blinn nowadays. So for policies and in-person sort of thing, you can see this right here. Basically, as far as main things, if you're sick, don't come to class. That's what we have Zoom for if we have to use it. At this point, we're probably past any flu, COVID wave or anything like that. Now, I'm not to say somebody can't get sick. in this course, but it's likely that you're all healthy and will make it through the course if you finish. But if you do get sick, no one likes to get sick. At least that's been my experience, especially as an adult. So please just email me and let me know that you won't be there, and I'll reply in kind. If you have to miss class for a funeral or some sort of other event that's a major event, just keep me in the loop. Email is the best way to go about this. So email is your friend here, and I would prefer it if you would email me when you do. Email me from your Blinn email account, your student email account, number one, though I'll reply back to Gmail or tamu.edu. But also the thing is, tell me what section you're in. So if you're in this 1301 or you're in the one section or the other, what is it, B28 or B29, just tell me the section you're in. And that always helps keep things clean. In the classroom, as a general rule, don't bring any food to class. I would prefer you not to eat in class. That's just a general practice of mine. There's some other things that I'll say on the first day in person, and just as a reminder. But gentlemen, mostly it's going to be guys, take your caps off in the classroom. I'll ask the ladies to do the same thing. It's an old policy of mine that I've used for years and years. Anyways, those are the major hours in operations here. Let me see if there's anything else I could say. Just as a reminder, your first exam is at the end of week 2 and it closes at the beginning of week 3. So just make sure you mind your P's and Q's. Feel free to ask any questions if you have them. You'll pick up nuggets about myself if you've never had me before. I'll kind of talk more about myself perhaps as the course unfolds, and I'll ask where you're from perhaps on that first day that we're together. So anyways, I hope you do well in this course, and I look forward to seeing you in person. Good luck, and let's knock this last 8 weeks out. One last thing to say to you is that a lot of you are tired of school at this point in time. I'm tired of school at this point in time. And so let's get this 8 weeks over with. Let's get it done successfully and get you on to the summer, whether that's taking summer school or just going to work a job. Anyways, we'll see you soon. Goodbye.